Chapter 78, Chapter 41. Pequementia Grand Academy. Currently, all the students, including teachers, are enjoying the music that comes from nowhere. They looked for the source of the sound. They were amazed because the sound came from the clouds, as if the musician was playing it from the sky. Finally, they gave up looking for their existence and could only enjoy it. In a white tower, the princesses, except Princess Irish, are having tea together. In a garden in front of the white tower, there are Princess Aisha, Princess Freya, Princess Reni, and Princess Rihanna. They were also impressed by the melody, which was the first time they heard it. Especially Princess Freya and Princess Aisha, who also like music. Princess Aisha, what do you think playing it? Princess Rihanna, sipping her tea, and asked Princess Aisha, who was closing her eyes enjoying the music. I don't know, but I hear that teachers were looking for him, but they said the song came from behind the clouds. Princess Aisha overheard one of the female students talking about it earlier. Where did Princess Iris go? I didn't see her after class. Princess Rani looked around but couldn't find her. Who knows? Princess Rihanna shrugged her shoulders. Ah, I have some business to attend to, so I'll go first. Princess Freya immediately got up from her chair and left that place. Freya, wait! Princess Aisha tried to hold it, but she was too late, because Princess Freya runs faster. Have you felt anything by her nature lately? Princess Rihanna looked at Princess Reni and Princess Aisha. I don't know her. Maybe Princess Aisha knows something her childhood friend. Princess Reni shook her head and threw her question at Princess Aisha. I also don't know why she's been acting weird lately. Princess Aisha sighed and looked in the direction where Princess Freya disappeared. Princess Freya, who left her tea party, is currently in the forest area of the academy. She felt that she should go there after hearing the sound of the music. After she entered the forest, she felt something strange. Barrier? Wasn't there before. Princess Freya was confused because every time she came there before, she had never felt a barrier. This means that the barrier was only installed recently. Not long after, she finally arrived at her destination. It's a place where Zeal practiced spiritism, but she was amazed by what was in front of her. What the hell is going on? Did I come to the wrong place? Since when was there a lake here? She drew near the shore of the lake. In the middle of the lake, she was a small island and a house. There was also seen a pair of men and a woman in front of them. Was a boxy object that looked like a musician instrument. When she saw the figure of a man who was currently playing a music instrument, Princess Freya is fascinated. Currently, Zeal is showing his true figure. Somehow she felt that Zeal looked different when he wore his mask. With him, right now, she chased after him earlier because of a prophecy she received as a child, and because saw his power, but right now, she was sure that she fell in love with him. Not because of that, but honest from her heart. When the music stopped, Freya immediately gave a round of applause. Princess Freya is standing across the lake, even though she is smiling, but her eyes are not. She seems to be holding back her anger and jealousy. Can I join you there? Princess Freya shouted from across the lake. Of course. Please come here. Unexpectedly, Kalia allows it. Oh, but how? Princess Freya just realized she had to cross the lake to get there. She didn't have any spells that could be used to move there. It depends on your efforts. After saying that, she no longer looked at Princess Freya, Still, can you teach me this instrument? Because there's only one chair. Kalia sits on Zeal's lap. Princess Freya, who saw it from afar, gritted her teeth. She made a small barrier on the surface of the lake water and used it as a foothold to the other side of the lake. I finally arrived, and you left his lap? Princess Freya immediately approached Kalia, who was sitting on Zeal's lap, and pulled her, but she still didn't stand up from there. Leia, stand up for a moment. There's something I want to talk to you about. Let's go inside the cottage. When Kalia stood up, Zeal immediately walked into the cottage. Alright, she followed behind him. Leia, what's with that call? And what's a cottage here for? Don't tell me. Princess Freya thought of many bad possibilities in her head, and immediately followed them into the cottage. Inside the cottage, on the chair that Zeal also made based on his memories of his past, it looks like a room with a classic and elegant feel. Currently, Zeal is making tea for the three of them. Zeal, shouldn't I just make it? Kalia tries to take Zeal is working on, but he shook his head in denial. You sit down. I'm used to it, so you don't have to think about it. Zeal continued to brew the tea in his hand. Kalia just smiled and sat back down, while Princess Freya just silently watched Zeal, who was brewing tea. What are you looking at? Kalia glared at Princess Freya. Of course, Zeal. You look more handsome with grey hair. Princess Freya chuckled. Stop it. Your eyes are annoying him. Kalia warns her. Then what are you going to do if I keep staring at him? Princess Freya provoked her. She doesn't accept that Zeal and Kalia have been like newlyweds. You? Kalia was about to say something, but Zeal stopped her. Leia, stop it. Zeal placed the cups on the table and poured tea from the teacup into the cups. Kalia nodded slightly and did not continue her words. I ask you straight away, is there anything strange in Class S? Zeal saw Princess Freya who was sipping her tea. I don't think so. Oh wait, come to think of it, the atmosphere of the class is a bit gloomy. But that's probably just my opinion. Princess Freya tried to remember it, but it didn't seem like accidents had called her attention. Leia, isn't there going to be an outdoor expedition to the Alba Mountains range in less than a month? Zeal asked her about the information she had told him. Yeah, right. Is there a problem? Kalia's face turned serious. There's such an activity? My mom teacher didn't even tell me. Princess Freya, who knew nothing, was shocked by what she heard. There's no need to think about it. I just feel like something bad will happen. Zeal looked at Kalia. She smiled and nodded slightly. She was happy that Zeal was worried about her safety. Did you forget I was here? Princess Freya pouted, seeing an exchange of them. I didn't forget you were here. Take it. Zeal threw a blood-red crystal at her. Princess Freya coughed and saw he threw. What is this? I prefer a ring like that than a raw crystal stone like this. She stood up and pounded at the ring on Kalia's ring finger. What are you saying? Don't you want me to unseal your brother's power? He wanted to give it yesterday, but he didn't have time, and all day he didn't meet Princess Freya. He also didn't want to give it when she was with the other princesses. Oh? How do I use it? Princess Freya became overjoyed after hearing what he said. You just have to put your mana into it. Zeal said nonchalantly. Princess Freya immediately did as he said. Gold-colored mana appeared in her hand and was absorbed by the crystal that Zeal gave to her. It wasn't long before the crystal in her hand shattered into dust, when on her palm was imprinted a magic circle. This? How do I use it? Princess Freya looked at her palm and looked at Zeal asking for an explanation. You just have to slap him, Zeal answered flatly. Huh? Sorry, I didn't hear you. Can you say it one more time? Princess Freya felt she misheard what he said. You just have to activate the magic circle and slap him. You can punch him too, that's up to you. Zeal started explaining how unseal the Prince Vred's power. Are you serious? Princess Freya still can't believe what he said. She didn't think about slapping or punching his brother to unseal his power. Do I look like I'm joking? Zeal had never changed his poker face since the beginning of the conversation with her. So I have to slap my brother to break the seal? How can I slap him all of a sudden? Princess Freya subconsciously stood up from her chair and shouted, Huh, that's your business. Should I think about it for you too? You can leave now because the magic circle won't last long. You have to make your decision soon. Zeal sighed heavily and took another sip of his tea. Kalia chuckled, seeing Princess Freya's reaction. What are you laughing at? Think you could laugh like that too? Princess Freya glared at her. She snorted and stood up from her chair. She intended to go and break his brother's seal, but she suddenly stopped and remembered something important. Wait, then what are you doing here? In this house? Who lives here? Princess Freya looked at Kalia and Zeal. Of course, this is his house. Since yesterday he lives here. So I can also meet him whenever I want. Kalia smiled and answered honestly, but the sentence provoked Princess Freya. What's that? Can a student even live outside the dormitory? I'm also at his house and lake in front. When did this place turn out to be like this? Princess Freya's mind became a mess after thinking that Zeal and Kalia will meet every night. Kalia just smiled and didn't answer. You must return immediately, otherwise the magic circle will disappear. I will not give it a second time. Zeal's words woke her up. Okay, I'll go, but I'll be back soon. Princess Freya ran out of Zeal College after that. Kalia, who was sitting a bit far from Zeal, moved and sat next to him. She rested her head on his shoulders and gripped his hand. She played with Zeal's fingers and linked her fingers with him. I want to stay like this all night, Kalia whispered to him. Yes, Zeal answered briefly and stroked her hair. Not long after that, they both fell asleep at the same time. Princess Freya, who said she was coming back, and even showed her figure until the morning.